What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Vic coming at you from Global Sneakers. You listening to Global Talk. Catch us every Monday from 5 to 6. We'll be talking about sneakers, industry, trying to get some special guests in here. Let's get it, y'all.
Like my man Vic said, we're going live 5 to 6 every Monday. Make sure y'all tune in. We are having all the guests, and we are doing giveaways through the podcast too, man.
It's your boy Drew 2YC. You know, you listening to our podcast where we talk about knowledge, the sneaker culture, talk about the game, you know how it goes. Global Talk every Monday from 5 to 6. Y'all tune in.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Isaiah, man, from Global Sneakers. We have a special guest today, Chrispy.Kicks, man. You want to introduce yourself, boss?
What's going on, y'all? My name is Chris, better known as Chrispy.Kicks. Appreciate y'all having me here today, man.
Man, as y'all know, I'm with the homies.
Yes, sir. What's going on, man? Y'all know what it is. Your boy Vic here. Once again, Global Talk every Monday, 5 to 7, man. We're about to get straight to it. Let go.
What's good? It's your boy Drew, man. We about to get into this podcast with this special guest, man. We about to get to know him, what he's about, man. So tell us about you, bro.
Born and raised in San Diego. Moved out to Dallas about 2-3 years ago. I think during the pandemic, you know, everybody was trying to find their little niche or, you know, trying to find a way to make money, you know, with everybody out of work and everything. So I figured, you know, why not sneakers? Why not something I love already? You know what I mean? So.
And what got you into sneakers, bro, in the first place?
I think it was just more of a fashion statement, right? Mm-hmm. I think the first thing I look at is shoes whenever I look at somebody. For whatever reason, that's the first thing I look at is their shoes, right? I
feel like you can tell a lot about a person by their shoes.
Yeah, and by the condition of their shoes too. You know
exactly. Yeah. That's what I was really meaning to say. But you mentioned you moved from San Diego to here to Dallas. So what made you want to make that move? Want to make that transition?
That's a big move too, bro.
Yeah. What made you just? Yeah.
I'm 28.
28. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
28.
So what made you just want to make that jump? You know, that leap of faith, bro. What made you want to come down here to Dallas, D-town?
Yeah. Initially, I had a job opportunity out here with Costco.
Okay.
I had already moved out to Denver. Moved to Denver for a little bit. Opened up a Costco out there. Ended up moving back to San Diego. But I just felt so complacent there. You know what I mean? Like, at the time I was living with my mom. I just felt like I was going out every weekend, partying every day. You know what I'm saying? It was just a hard lifestyle to get out of. You know what I mean? And I know
it's a very addictive lifestyle.
Yeah, because it is fun and everything, but how you supposed to get here to here?
Exactly.
You got serious about you.
So I knew that, you know, with all these Costco's opening up, the one I work at right now is a business center. So there is a brand new thing that they're trying out, opening up new buildings throughout the states. So my assistant warehouse manager in San Diego actually got the warehouse manager position out here in Dallas to open up a new building.
Your sister?
Huh?
No. His warehouse assistant manager.
Oh, his warehouse assistant. I heard sister, bro. My bad.
You're good. Yeah. So.
So they kind of overlooked you, or?
No, not overlooked me, but pretty much how that works is, you know, you put in for the position if whatever you want, and if you get it, you know, you get it. And I've had nothing but good things said about me from moving to Denver as well, going back and forth from that. But she ended up giving me an opportunity doing that. I quickly realized that's, you know, not what I want to do for my whole life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I did it for about 2 years, management for about 2 years, and paid great. You know what I'm saying? But I was working 55, 60 hours a week.
Oh, yeah. So 120 every 2 weeks.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. And
give or take,
you know, once you get over that hour mark, it's not like I'm getting paid hourly, bro.
Right. Oh, because you're.
You were paid salary.
Yes.
Oh,
Bro.
fuck that.
Yeah, that's where it hurts right there.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, they did pay well.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great company. I'm not gonna knock any of that, but at the end of the day, I just know that my ceiling, or I feel like my potential, is higher than what they're making it to be. So.
And that's good. I feel like that's good. Like when you make it such a high position at a place, you know, that you've only worked at for like, you know, such a small amount of time, to make it that far, like inside, like in the corporation, I guess, you know, to say that you kind of like, it opens a little thing in your head where you're like, oh, well, this is not my potential. You know, if I already made it here, then I can branch out, do my own thing, and make it very far in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's very true. Like that's true, bro. Like, because I feel like, you know, us, like even me, or, you know, I think I can kind of say a little bit about Isaiah. Once you feel like he said, like you mastermind that in this, you're like, oh, I already mastermind this, right? You're kind of like, you want what's next.
Yeah.
But when you're in a corporation, you kind of you kind of can't ask that because you're not the CEO. You know, you only have so much power.
Yeah.
So like he said, it opens that thing in your mind. So you're like, this is not for me because I already mastermind this. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. And my name,
I still don't enjoy it.
My name, And then you start to think like, if my name's good here, like then I can just leave, and then if anything happens, and come back. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you mastermind that shit, and then you try to move on to the next thing. And like he said, it opens. And I feel like it does. I like it opens that like I got to do something else. You see what I'm saying? Something that's gonna. I don't know, like, you know,
elevate only me, but my mindset, you know, like, you know, your daily rituals, you know, daily routine, stuff like that. But what got you into reselling sneakers, bro?
Like I said, the beginning of the pandemic, you know what I mean? We were out of work. I mean, technically, I was still an essential worker, so I'd have to go to work every day. But, you know, I was at home a lot.
I don't mean to cut you up, but you were working here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had already moved out here. It's been about, I think, a year or so.
Did they pay for you to move out here, or you had to pay on your own? Or?
No, bro. I just.
So you just took that leap.
Because I know some jobs they pay for you to move. You know,
they only pay for like your move.
Yeah,
you're there. You go. That's called. They move for you to relocate.
Yeah.
But then then after that, it's like you got like, you know, obviously you have a job, so it's like it's just, you know what I mean. It's the same situation when you were here, whatever.
Yeah. No, I just took the leap of faith, like you guys said. They didn't pay for my move for anything. I really just bought all my stuff out here.
You drove here?
Yeah, I put
Your car?
everything in my car and just drove out here. Bought a new bed, bought a new dresser.
Same car you were just driving in, or
Yes,
okay,
How
gotcha.
long was that drive, bro?
20 hours.
Shit, like
bro.
yeah, from
From
California.
San
that's
Diego
just-
to that, was it nonstop, or did you made a couple stops?
My godson lives in El Paso, so we stopped in El Paso. About
Okay,
10 hours
okay.
out. So
So how you
perfect, right
liking
in the
Texas so far?
Damn, that's what's
middle.
up.
I like it, man.
Who'd you come out here with, bro?
My roommate Mike, I was at his house. I was at his apartment back in San Diego, and this was maybe like a month before I moved out here. Like,
Right.
Because I saw the position. He's a really close friend, and I was just like, "What would you think if I just moved out to Dallas right now?" He's like, "I think that would be crazy." That was it, and I just thought he didn't want to talk about it or whatever.
Right.
The next day, he texts me, sends me a job posting of his job in Dallas. I was like, "Oh, okay, so we can really do this." Yeah, exactly.
So you kind of brought up the idea to him to move out here. Damn, that's what's up, bro.
I didn't
That's
even.
what's up.
I wasn't expecting him at all to even think about moving out. I was just letting him know that.
But that's good. Maybe. But what if you never let him know? He would have never said nothing.
It's kind of like you kind of inspired him to, you know,
Right.
even chase his dreams
Yeah.
down here in Dallas.
Yeah, because he understands as well. You know, San Diego is California in general is very expensive. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about Chrispy.Kicks, right? Obviously, that, you know what I mean. When was that created? When was that established? Where's that? Obviously, I'm guessing Chris comes from your name, right? Okay, and
Right.
Kicks is just obviously the sneakers.
Yeah.
But let's talk about when was that created? Were you doing this in California, in San Diego? Is this something you were doing in San Diego?
How'd you bring it to Dallas?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. So
So
I
you
always
bought
collected sneakers and stuff like that.
You were into shoes in San Diego,
Yeah.
But
obviously.
they were
That-
just more for like the toe for personal.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Right, for the streets. So now, like, you moved here. You moved to Dallas, and you started. I'm guessing you established Chrispy.Kicks, right? How's that going? Why'd you even want to get into sneakers? What did you buy a shoe? You made money off of it? Like, how did it go?
Yeah, how did you get into the reselling part?
Yeah,
of it?
the reselling part of the sneakers, because you're into sneakers, right? 'Cause a lot of people are into sneakers, but not everybody's into reselling sneakers. Because I've genuinely met some people that like will literally not, if they don't like the shoe, they won't even care to go for it on the sneakers app. Like, you know, and I know people that are like that, you know, are sitting with like a crazy collection in their crib, and they just really don't care to, you know what I'm saying, to go for the sneaker or not go for the sneaker.
Yeah.
So how is that?
I want to say it was what's was it 2022? So 2020, about May-ish. Like I said, I realized I hated my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that I wanted to do something else, but I was like, what could it be? You know, what could it possibly be? I have a lot of friends that are athletes, so they're doing, you know, their whole thing with personal training,
Right.
making money doing their services, you know? So I was trying to think, what can I possibly do? I knew about sneakers. I didn't know so much about reselling at all, but all it really took was some research. You know
Right,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's all it is, bro.
I feel like you. Can, I feel like nowadays, like
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays college is on the internet, because I feel like nowadays you can really research anything on the internet, and you know,
Google that shit.
yeah, you
Bro,
can Google it.
I graduated
and
from
find,
the University of YouTube and Google. I always say that, bro. Because
Yeah,
it's
it's
real
just like,
shit.
bro,
Like,
you can find everything on
the
Google and
fucking
YouTube.
internet,
So
bro.
it's like
I don't gotta know what the Pythagorean theorem is if I even pronounce that shit right because I can fucking Google that shit. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah, you got hey Siri. What, you know, bro, you got you don't even gotta do it.
You ain't even gotta type it. You can just what's good, Siri?
Hey, hey Google, like hey Alexa, like you know what I'm saying? It's like we on that level type shit, and I mean I'm thankful for the internet, bro. I can't even complain.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people back then were like, we're gonna have flying cars and stuff like that. But I feel like the knowledge to be able, to be accessible on the internet is way better than flying cars.
Yeah, hell yeah.
In my opinion.
So, but you obviously, so you got into shoes, right? Or so how did that work out? You were like, obviously
you
hate
did
your
the
job.
research and stuff like that.
We're talking about Costco here, right? We're talking about not to put him on blast, but he hates Costco.
I just hated the position.
It was not a fun job.
Are you still there? You're not there.
No, I'm still there.
You're still there.
Yeah, I'm not in management anymore, but I'm still there.
Oh, you still at Costco?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's
I'm
what's
working
up.
there 40 hours a week.
Hook me up with some pizza, bro. I know it's good.
Yeah, I just know, it's something that I feel like if I could do both, why not do both? Make
right.
it brand, you know what I'm saying?
So, but where do you see yourself going with this? Because we've talked, right? We've chopped it up outside in the events. We've like, hey, bro, what's next, right?
Yeah.
So I've asked you, and not that I want to say it first, but I know you're working on other things like your brand, right? You're working on like clothing.
Yes,
so where is that? So where are you trying to take this to? Where are you trying to take Chrispy.Kicks to?
Yeah, because I see you at every show, so I know you're trying to, represent your brand, establish it, put it out there. So what is next for Chrispy? What is next for
how do you grow that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's the plan to grow it? Or what are we talking here? Like, right? Because
so what I'm thinking is, right, I think anybody can technically get shoes.
Right.
It's not. I'm not saying it's easy to get shoes, but it's not hard necessarily. You
right.
Know what I mean? I think I do a very good job as far as like building my brand, my name behind the brand. You guys, you guys seen the banner, all that stuff. I feel like when I go to these shows now, people know who I am. I put my face on my Instagram.
Yeah, bro. Every time we went to the shows, I remember our first show, bro. We were cashing out, right? And our last cash out, it was you, but you like.
Damn, that's
ever
crazy.
you, bro. I just remembered you just because you're you, bro.
Yeah.
You're like Chrispy.Kicks. So like every time we go to a show, I'm like, hey, bro, that's bro that we cashed out at our first show.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about too.
I'm gonna be so straight up with you, bro. The first time I ever heard about you, bro, I was bartending at Salsera, right? I was bartending at Salsera, and then it was me and it was this a coworker that I had. Her name was Nina. I don't know if you recall her, Nina. Yeah. And then she was like, because I told her, we were just having a conversation with everybody. It was like us and 5 more people, and we were like, yeah. I was like, this is what I really do. I resell sneakers or whatever. I was like, I'm about to open up my shoe store with my boys, whatever, right? And she was like, oh, I got a friend that does that. His name's Chris. It's like his name's his Chrispy.Kicks, and I'm gonna be straight up with you. I was like, oh, is he the one that has a sign like the Krispy Kreme donuts? Yeah. She was like, no. I was like, yeah. I was like, no. She's like, no. I was like, no, it is him, Raj. Like pull him up, and she pulled him up, and it was you, bro. I was like, and that's the first time I ever really heard about you. Yeah. And then after that, I remember I saw you at a show, and I still didn't know you, or your face, but I saw your banner, and then that's when I officially met you, and I was like, oh shit, this is him. And I remember the first time it was I think it was a show in Houston.
Wait, where?
The one that we went to in Austin? San Antonio?
I want to say it was here. The first one.
No, the first ever show was I'm not sure if you know this story or not, but at the very first show, we weren't like, at first it was me and just Drew were global. Big wasn't global yet.
Yeah.
And that was the very first show that it was.
I think it was Got Your Size.
Yeah, Got Your Size.
I don't remember you from there.
I don't remember
you from there.
You don't remember? Because he was right next to that table that we ended up splitting in half. Remember when we bought that dude's whole table? He was right next to
he's the guy that we bought the UNCs from. Or the UNC ones and shit.
No. Hyper Royals.
The Hyper Royals one. No, yeah. Okay, that was you. Got you. Okay, I remember that deal.
Because he had the big banner and he had the whole table. Banner. And I remember you telling me, you were like, yeah, bro, on some shoes I could do your deal, some shoes I can't. But that's just but the fact that you kept it so real, bro, and just the energy you had in the first place, that's what kind of kept us from, that's what kind of kept us coming back to you. You know, every show we're like, oh, my boy Chrispy. Like every show that we go to, bro, we always want to hit up your table. We always want to, chop it up with you. See what's next for you, your brand and stuff like that, bro. So.
And I think we can say that, like, I feel like every show we've gone to, I think we've bought something off.
Yeah.
Right?
At least show love, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
no, but I think we actually have
we always buy
something off your table. So I want to ask, like, you know what I'm saying? You got Chrispy.Kicks going. So where do you plan on taking this with your brand? Because I know we've been talking, because obviously I told you about Isaiah's that they had a dollar sneaker convention. I was like, bro, you know, it's his designs. So you plan on bringing out merch? Or?
Yeah, so I have merch on the way or getting ready to get ordered pretty much. Just got my design finalized, but I really want to see how it goes, how it works first. I do think it's going to be successful. You know, obviously, if you don't think something's going to work, then it's not going to work.
Right.
You know,
No, and that's cool. Honestly, bro, like, I always say this, like, I don't think you ever take – I don't think the only L's you take are lessons, not losses. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
In my book, there's no L's, there's no losses or lessons. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's always from trying to learn from that shit. It's always like, okay, cool, it didn't work. Like, our first shirt, to be honest, like, our first shirts didn't do great. Like, you know what I mean? And bro, we're just keeping it 1,000 with you. Like, you know, it was just maybe.
Yeah, they eventually sold out, but you're not the first. It was at first.
It took a while. You know what I'm saying?
It was more of like a learning curve. You know, like
Right.
Maybe we didn't do as good a job as, you know, marketing and promoting it and stuff like that. So
I think that's what the main thing, like you said, there's L's for lessons. People just got to learn from their mistakes.
Right.
And learn from the L's that they're taking. It's like, don't make the same mistake again. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say that obviously it can be a loss, but it's always good to when it's, you know what I'm saying, it's your L. It's nothing like being your L. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I listened to this podcast from Gary Vee one time, and he was just saying, like, the best, like, you know, whenever you hit your L, bro, it's good. Like, you know, you own up to that shit, you take it in like a man, and you try to make the best out of that, you know, that L situation. So, I mean, that's cool and everything, right? So, with us, like, with our branding, like, with our clothing, bro, I mean, at our first shirts, we were just like, to be honest, I don't even think we added our tag. Every time we were like, somebody would need a shirt, they'd be like, we need an XL, and we'd unfold it. I think this is like
literally size it on them and be like, yeah, bro, this is the one right
this
here.
one works.
bro, you know, and then we would have like a small, and they're like, I think this is a small, bro. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you, you know what I'm saying? And then I think the last one, like the last 10 shirts that we had, I think we made like 100 each. We went to the tailgate, and that's when we just kind of gave like the last 10 or 15 shirts that we had left or whatever. But you know what I'm saying, bro? So you do the sneaker shows, right? Are you planning on going to every Dallas sneaker show here in Dallas this year?
Everyone that I can make, 100%.
I remember seeing you in Houston too. So I know you go to like different shows in different cities too, right?
100%. Yeah, I think Dallas is such a prime location. You go 3 hours in every direction. You get OKC, you get Houston, San Antonio, Austin. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot. It's marketing yourself.
Yeah. Right.
You
Have
know?
you been to a sneaker con?
Yeah, the one out here.
Vending.
Actually. Yeah.
You vended?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm curious to ask. What does the table really $500?
No, I think the table was like $350.
$350.
Honestly, I think it was worth it though. I brought like 50
Yeah,
pairs.
no,
and
I've
left it
heard,
like
I've
10.
heard that.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
heard that like they are expensive. I mean, you gotta credit where credit's due. SneakerCon, I think, is one of the best sneaker shows out there. Like you know what I'm saying. I think they do a very good job in marketing themselves and throwing themselves out there, and the way they're working with.
I mean, just throwing a great show overall.
Yeah, you know, bro, and like you know what I'm saying. Like the way they just come to a new city and they're just like fuck it, they'll like rent out the biggest fucking you know bar. Like they wouldn't like with them not not really mattering like if it's gonna overfill or not overfill, you know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, bro, I remember we did go to the show in Chicago, and it was lit, but it wasn't that lit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
like,
bro, Chicago was lit.
Was it lit? I remember Chicago.
Shout out Chicago, man. Y'all was lit.
Shout out
Chi-Town. Shout out Chi-Rag. Hey, we visited Oakland.
Hey, my boy was having the east side of there.
Yes, sir. Hey,
Okay, they're talking about Chicago. I'm talking about sneaker.
I was whipping my boys out to my man. Y'all know what it is.
Shout out to my boy Irving one time.
Hey,
though.
O Block,
out
we
Chicago,
coming
man.
soon. O Block, we coming soon.
Yes, sir.
But you were saying like it's easy for people to get sneakers and stuff like that. So you want to continue?
I want to say that I don't want to say it's easy to get the shoes. Don't get me wrong.
But obviously, if you put in the effort, you know.
Yeah, I just think
you see results.
building your brand or building your name would be the harder part than getting the sneakers, right?
Exactly.
Because there's gonna be people who do the loops that hit their bots or that get the shoes at the end of the day. If you have the capital, you guys have the luxury of having a store, so you get to have that little bit of upcharge. If you have the capital, people are gonna sell that shoe at stock X price or whatever that price is, and as we know, a lot of the stores charge over that, but that's because they have the luxury of going to Global, going to PCH, going to laboratories, the name that people want. It's not, I don't want to say necessarily the shoe, you know what I mean? Because you could find an offer up for $200 less or whatever the case is. Yeah, you get, I guess,
Sometimes you pay also for the name, like
Yeah.
that the name that you bought it at.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels like whenever, like for example, you ask someone where'd you get that shoe, and they say it with so much confidence. Oh, Flight Club.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go.
fucking go. Oh,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They gives them that that authority. Like you pay. So and I'm gonna give you a quick example. Like in my for example my Sprinter, right? I have a friend that he hasn't, because I have a party bus service, right? I charge $150 an hour and my friend has the same exact Sprinter, and his van this is a Ford, but his van fits 17 people. Mine only fits 13. I charge more, but because they're paying, because it's a Mercedes Benz.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Exactly.
Whenever they rent his out, they're paying for something that's a Ford. Not throwing dart, but because he told me, because I told him, I was like, damn, bro, to be honest, you should be charging more. He's like, yeah, bro, but let's be honest, you have a Mercedes Benz, and this is the 2017.
Yeah.
Mine's the 2012. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that does play a big name, is because I feel like once you know what I mean, you've kind of like made a name for yourself. You have that authority. Not to say that we're trying to take advantage of the name,
course,
right?
of course
Because I don't
not.
think that's
No.
that's okay.
I don't think that's the case at all.
Right. But I think it's just like, building your name is very, very important. And I think, like, not that I'm saying I built the name, but I'm saying that Mercedes has done such a good job at, like, you know what I'm saying, that like I'm able to charge $150 an hour for because you're in a Mercedes, not a Ford. You see what I'm saying?
People pull up to the club, Sunday. Oh, I'm in a Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? You in a Ford? What's good?
So, bro, and I'm gonna be honest with you, because I remember I did a celebrity party one time, and the first thing they asked me about my Sprinter, what year is it? And and what kind of, bro? Those are the questions that they want to ask, because they're like, we don't want to pull up to the club and no bullshit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Which I mean,
Yeah,
bro.
obviously you
sense.
can understand
You know what I'm
that.
saying? You
Yeah.
can
If you're
understand.
paying for the service, you going to the club, you going out of your way, you might as well pull up in something.
And if you have a big name behind yourself, which is a celebrity, in her case, I get, you can say she does. So that's why, I understood the question that she was asking. I didn't take them in any wrong. I was, okay, well, I have this and that, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, anyways, all right. So I think it's continue though, bro. I just wanted to throw that out.
Let me ask you a question, bro. How do you stay creative? Like, you say you want to push yourself out there. How do you stay creative? How do you, I got this idea, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. Honestly, for myself, I'm very I guess ADHD. So anytime I have any ideas or anything like that, I just write them down real quick. If I don't have the time to do it or act on it right then and there, I write it down real quick in my notes, and I just refer back to my notes all the time. And I realize, you don't technically have to reinvent the wheel. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly, you don't.
You just, I see other, what I've been pushing a lot this year so far is, Reels. Posting that just to get more activity on my page, get more followers, at the end of the day, more followers is more customers. Yep. You know what I mean? No matter how they got to your page or how they follow your page. So I'd be posting, Reels on, just, for example, the sound option, right? You hit the sound, a viral video and used the sound before, and it had sneakers in it. Now you can use it, and it just pays part of the algorithm. You know what I mean? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So.
Do you remember your first sneaker show, bro? That you went to that you vended?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that you went to. Do you remember your first sneaker show that you went to?
I want to say it was SneakerCon out here.
That you went to.
Yeah,
and then what about that you vended?
Got your size. I was actually, I remember you pulled up. You pulled up. We were.
Not to the first one. Because I remember she even told me I missed it. I went to her second one.
No, it was
the one that's in that would look like a bar room that had like all the windows on the right side, and I pulled up in my Sprinter. That's the one you're talking about?
Yes.
My Sprinter van was outside. Mm-hmm. Okay,
yeah,
I remember.
You had all the volts at the time.
I had a lot of volts.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of mochas.
Yeah,
I had a bunch
yeah,
of
yeah.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So that was your first sneaker show that you vended.
Yeah. So it was funny story. Other Chrispy.Kicks.
Yeah.
Right.
Chrispy.Kicks. What's up with that, man?
Yeah,
What's up with that, man? I mean, shit. Like I want to know. Like, and I'm cool with it.
It's kind of one of the things. Like every time we leave a show, we're like, we wonder about
Which
the name.
one?
Yeah.
Bro, to be honest, on my phone I have you as Chrispy.Kicks, and I have him Christian Rosario Kicks. I had to put like his last name because then I would just confuse the shit out of me.
Right.
You guys always pop up every time. But what's up with that, man? Like,
So-
because obviously you guys are boys. You guys did a whole show, and we'll get to that. I want
Yeah.
to talk because I do want to get to talk about the show that you guys hosted and shit.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about like, I mean, how did that go?
Yeah.
So-
how did you meet him? How did y'all come up with the name? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think in the beginning, when I created my Instagram, I just followed a whole bunch of people. You know what I mean? Ended up somehow getting to him, but I saw him post some shoes, and I was like, "Oh, these are a good price. Let me try to see if I could get them." Ended up meeting him at Galleria, made a deal. We had no clue and didn't meet each other before, didn't know each other before. Had made a deal once or twice, and the second time we had met up at a mall. I forget which mall it was. I think it was like Parks Mall or something. But this is back in the day. Like we were like, how can we get these shoes at retail? So on and so forth. I was like, hey, bro, like we just made a deal. You want to go inside real quick? I have time. I'm about to go loop these stores just to see what's up. And he was like, yeah, bro, I'll go with you. And
damn,
ever since then, I mean, 2 separate companies, 2 separate people. We didn't know each other before then, but we just
just clicked. Yeah, it just had that connection.
And it is tough having like the same name pretty much, but I don't know. That's why I think I try to differentiate myself, put my face on my Instagram a lot more, just so people know, like, okay, this is Chris and this is Christian.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's
so he already had the name established, and then you were just like.
I think he said I actually had the name first. He tried to get my name.
So you had the name first.
Yeah.
it's part of him.
So he had a different name when you were buying off him?
No, he had the name he has now.
Oh, okay.
So,
Which is Crispy or Chris? What's his?
Chrispy.Kicks.
Crispy.Kicks. And yours is
Chrispy.Kicks.
Chrispy.Kicks. Yeah.
With an H.
But he was trying to get Crispy.Kicks.
I think what he told me was he tried to get Crispy.Kicks, said it was already taken, I'm assuming by me, and then he ended up doing Crispy.Kicks.
Oh, damn. That's what's up. Did y'all end up finding anything for retail that day? They all walked in there?
Yeah, I think we had some lows that were sitting, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I saw that
shit.
retail. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm taking it. I don't care what it is. I don't care how much it is. I'm taking it. So,
I feel like has that ever backfired on you? Because I feel like a lot of people, a lot of now, especially nowadays, that Foot Locker doesn't carry that much heat. I feel like whenever somebody's like finds some Jordans or anything like that for retail, you're like, oh well, let me get them,
mm-hmm.
and then at the end of the day, they end up not moving for you or something like that. Like, has that ever happened to you, bro?
Yeah, of course, bro. I mean, bad buys are always gonna happen.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? Bad buys are always gonna happen. But as long as I hit my goal, because now I've been doing opposed from monthly goals, I do weekly goals. How many pairs I want to sell, what percentage I want to hit.
Right.
As long as I'm hitting that at the end of the day, because I know I'm gonna make sometimes 100% profit from one shoe. If I take a break even on a pair, I've broke even with you guys multiple times. You know what I'm saying?
Yesterday you did bless me with the Jubilees.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I think that's very smart. And I think I was talking to I can't remember the name. He had told me, he's like, bro, like what do you do to shoes that you sit on? Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, I sell them, I move them for retail. I was like, yeah, sometimes you gotta lose. I wouldn't say you have to lose to win or because that's cool and everything, right? But I'm saying, like, I feel like you kind of win more than you really lose because, yeah, you sold that shoe for retail, but in your page and in your content, you're showing that you at least had that sneaker.
Exactly.
Well, overall, sold it. Yeah, it's a good point, but overall had that sneaker, right? You don't want to be that page if you're trying to be the best you can be out here in Dallas, right? Which I think that's everybody's goal here. Yeah. It's to at least say that you got it, right? That you're like, fucking the purple 13s are fucking. I think we still have Carmines for when we hit a fucking full size retail. I mean, not Carmines, Bordeaux 6s, but guess what? We're trying to at least be the store to say that we had them.
Yeah.
We have them and we had them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's also
that's a good feeling. Like every Saturday when somebody's like, oh damn, do I have these sneakers? Like, yeah, we got them. Pull up. You know what I'm saying? We got your size.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too, where I feel like our services come in as well as like I said, having that upcharge of a price, that premium price, for sneakers, that you can come into our store and if you're looking for a shoe, you're not gonna, do you guys have it? Like, bro, we're gonna have it.
Yeah,
like
we got it.
A Patent Bread's full size run, Oreo 4's full size run, UNC 1's full size run, full size. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the kind of service we're allowed to give.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Overall, blessed for that. But you know what I'm saying? That's people get a little bit of understanding that we got what you were looking for, bro. You know what I'm saying? Is that simple? But anyways, going back to what I was saying, like, yeah, I feel like you don't really necessarily lose. I feel like if there's any advice for anybody that's listening, bro, like if you see a board, if you already have a vote, right, or like let's just say, because at that point I had votes and I had so many, bro, I had to sell them for retail.
Yeah,
ahead, bro. I had so many votes. And then I had to let him go for retail, but at least I posted on my page that I had a full size run, and overall it looks like, oh, this guy sold it. This guy. Did you say you were going to the restaurant?
Yeah, I'm about to go to the
restaurant. Oh, okay. I'll go first. Okay, go ahead. No, you good. So no, bro, but that's fucking dope, man. So like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you're obviously in the is there anything you want to? Like, because I go to a lot of shows, bro, and I pull up to a lot of tables, bro, and they try to be all cool, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And I think you can agree with me. I think we all can. Like, we've been there. Yeah. Like, you go to a table and you see motherfuckers having like a $5,000 fucking shoe, and they think they're all cool. So they will be like, how you doing? Or they won't even greet you, bro, because they feel like they big shit. What's your feedback on that, bro? Like, Bro,
I think
Talk your shit, fans.
I mean, not to name anybody specific.
By no means, bro. But I think, materialistic things can get to your head. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, these shoes are expensive. You know what I mean? But I just think you just be yourself and be nice and cool to everybody you meet. There's no reason just because you have more shoes than somebody else or have more heat or whatever the case is that you think that you're better than somebody. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're all trying to reach the same goal. I think a lot of people think that reselling sneakers is a one-way street. You know what I'm saying? Which it's not at all. Like you said, I mean, when I came in, I think you guys cashed me out for like 25 pairs that one day when I came to you guys' store, right? I wasn't necessarily making any money, and I lost money that day. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I know with those bad buys that I had, you know what I'm saying, that I was good. I would reinvest it. You know, I could do better with that reinvested money. So it's like I appreciate you guys even hooking me up with doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if you guys had came to my one table that one day and I'm just blew you guys off like, nah, you guys are, you guys have to pay more for these hyper royals. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I fuck with that, bro, because I fuck that day that we went to your table. Like, I feel like overall you should have good energy with. I feel like overall humble yourself. Yeah, motherfucker, you got a pair of Dior's, whatever, bro. Humble yourself down. You know what I'm saying? Like, sit down, turn around, whatever, take a breath, and then I'm asking you, like, how much is that shoe? Yeah, because you'll go to a shoe sometimes and they'll even tell you like, oh, it's not for sale, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or they just be like, I'm firm.
Or I'm firm. Like, or they'll be like, oh yeah, you ask them like, hey, how much for this? They're like, oh, 500, and I'm firm. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You're just like okay, I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying? Which, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, we do try to bargain the price every time. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, why not try to? Yeah, you have to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's part of the game. It's part of the buying and selling. So you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, but fucking, I think that's very important. So you would say that. So pretty much the question here is, you would say that having that good personality, it helps out. Being at sneaker venue, right?
100%. Because there's times, bro, I've walked up to tables, right, and I'm like, oh, I like a lot of shoes here, and I'm willing to try to cash them out, right? I'm sure you guys have done the same, but they kind of just sit behind the table and just
try to get.
Don't even say what's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Just
nothing.
Like, you can't even greet the person that's coming up to try to spend money at your table. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to technically support your business, but you can't even say hello. You can't even say what's up, And I
feel like also that a lot of people, bro, like especially, I mean, I'm going to just say it. I think a lot of youngins, bro, that are trying to get into this game, if there's any advice I can give you guys out there too as well, bro, like I feel like you have to, like, if it's just because it's another store coming to fuck with you, it's like, well, you don't, some people I feel like they can look at you as an enemy right away. Or it's a different shoe store, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's true, bro. Or it's a different brand name, or they resell too, whatever, blah 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 blah. Because sometimes people don't know if you're a customer, or you're just buying to resell type shit, right? So I mean, I feel like the advice I can give you is like, bro, whether he's buying to resell or buying to buy for him personal, I feel like you should always give him that service like that, bro, because he's trying to buy regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to buy whether it's for him or it's for his store, whatever. Yeah. Bro, I feel like just give him that A1 customer service. You know what I'm saying? Like,
every customer, every time.
Come in, what's up, bro? Like, let me know if you can. Because I actually walked around an event one time, bro, and this guy had nothing but mids. It was just him and his dad, and I honestly feel like it was more because they were shy. I honestly feel like they were shy. And then whenever I went, this is Got Your Size LLC. This motherfucker over there. Get your ass in here, man. I went to Got Your Size LLC, right? I went to Got Your Size, or the event, and then I saw this dad and his son, right? And then I went up to them, bro, because I walked the loop like 4 or 5 times, and they didn't greet me not one time, bro. And I swear I looked and I went over to their table because I was ready to spend some money at their table. Yeah. And at the end I was like, man, I feel like I'm gonna be this person I feel like they're shy. I genuinely feel like they're shy. You know what I'm saying? There was they looked Hispanic. Yeah. And then I was like, hey man, what's going on? I'm Victor. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one with the bus outside or whatever. I was like, what's for sale here? I was like, yeah, we have for sale. I was like, what are you looking for? And then I wanted to get personal because I wanted to see like how much they would actually talk. And I started telling them like, hey bro, if there's any advice I can give you, because I used to do this. I asked him, how old are you? I think he was like 16. I was like, bro, if there's any advice I can give you right now, it's like, you got to talk more, bro. You should kind of, and moment I said that, bro, offensive as fuck. Like, he got super offended, bro. And I was like, hey bro, like, he was like, no, bro, I know what I'm doing. So I've been reselling for a long time, bro. He's like, these are just my shoes that I'm sitting on, so that's why I brought. You know what I'm saying? He tried to play that I got it type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't need your advice. Yeah. And he started like, yeah, bro, look, like I have these, but I didn't bring them. I already sold those. You know, just bunch of bullshit, bro, that I was like, like, say, homie, I was only trying to come to you, bro, try to give you some advice.
Right.
Like, I was coming here to you to try to tell you, like, hey, bro, I feel like you should just talk a little bit more, because I didn't tell him this, but like I said, I did walk around the thing 4 times to try to see if he would agree me, because he was buying mids, and at that moment it was the smoke gray mid, the mid ones, the gray school size that they were going for some bread, bro. Offended as fuck.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't think that's good, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You can't take things personal, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and you were trying to help him at the end of the day.
I was, bro. I really was. I'm telling you, he started playing that. No, I know, bro. He literally said, no, bro, I know what I'm doing. He's like, bro, I got a lunch and shit. I was like, he's like, this is my shit that I'm sitting on, bro. That's why I brought it here. You know what I'm saying, bro? I was like,
yeah. I think, you know, that a lot of people do have that mindset as well. You're trying to give them any type of pointers, you know what I mean? People take it super personal, and you got to understand, no matter how high up or how good you get at what you do, there's always somebody that can still teach you something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh, hell yeah.
Even, you know, somebody who is technically, I don't want to say below you, but like they don't have a store, whatever the case is, right? Like, for example, you guys have a store. I guess technically a lot of people or a lot of resellers are trying to get on your guys' level, having a store. That's their ultimate goal, right? But it's not like you guys can't learn something from a reseller or somebody who doesn't have a store. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I love going to shows and just talking it up, you know, with different vendors and stuff like that. Just because. I mean, we do have a store and stuff like that, but I mean, I'm still young, so not only do they give me, you know, business advice, but they also give me life advice that I'm able to use, you know, every day and stuff like that. So I feel like advice is a very good thing to, you know, to get, and, you know, to be able to learn every day. I feel like that's a skill, because I feel like, you know, some people, they go to school and stuff like that, but they don't really learn anything. They're just there, just, you know, just because they have to, you know, be there. But the person that learns, I feel like that's a skill, because, you know, you never stop learning. You're always learning. And it only benefits you, bro. Not only your life, but, you know, your mindset on how you live your life and stuff like that. Right. So, you know.
No, I agree with that, bro. So we talked about your first show being Got Your Size. Mm-hmm. How was that? Is your first show vending? How was that? How many shoes did you show up with? How much did you sell? If you can remember, you don't have to sell. Yeah. I don't need specifics. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, just being your first show.
No, bro. I need down to the penny, bro. How much did you make? Nah.
So, how much on sale? How much cash?
So that's what we got back to. So Chris, he had a table there, and he hit me up. He was like, "Hey, bro, if you want to come sell at my table with me, that's cool." And bro, that made me feel so much more comfortable going to a store or a show and actually.
So you were shy, kind of.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, it's gonna be the first time I'm ever going to a show to sell. I felt more comfortable with him actually doing it before, just being there and just observing him. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, that's what's up that he even invited you. You know, to not only, because, you know, obviously he paid for his table. Yeah. To share that, bro, with you, bro, I feel like that's a very good thing. Like, that's what's up.
No, he was just like, just come.
Yeah, he's like, if I have some room, if you want, sell some shoes. I was like, bet. I brought like 15 pairs, I think, and I ended up selling like maybe 6 or so. But I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I was happy as hell, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's fucking love.
Shit, that's more than half.
One thing I've noticed about Chris, bro, and shout out to Christian, bro. Like he humble dude, bro. Real humble dude.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere we go, bro, like he's always like, hey, bro, I'm doing this, pull up. I'm doing this, pull up. I'm like, okay, bro, cool. Bro, real sorry, bro, that we could not pull up to your show, which we'll get there eventually right now.
Yeah.
So it's your first show, right? So you said you bought 15 pairs of shoes and you sold 6. Would you say that you buy more than you sell right now at sneaker shows, or would you say it's about the same, or definitely sell more?
I think at sneaker shows now, I do think I sell, or I buy, or I tend to buy more at shows than sell at shows, just because I feel like my prices are, I don't want to say, I don't want to say I'm taxed by no means, but I'm not selling at the resale. I don't typically sell to resellers. That's not my market. You know what I'm saying? My audience is really
the people that really want them and stuff like that.
People who want to put it to the toe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
San Diego isn't really a big market, or wasn't a big market when I started for shoes, and I have a lot of connections back to San Diego. So if anybody needs shoes, they really hit me up. And compared to what they see, StockX, the stores there, some of the stores there now, I'm throwing them steals. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't really sell to the resellers unless it is, you know, somebody that I've done business with before. Like I said, if I could hook you up and I could make some money off of it and we both eat, then it is what it is. Really, I have a different plan every time I go to these events. So
I feel like every person is a different experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like every person that you talk to and you connect with, they not you know, it's not always gonna be the same thing. It's not always gonna be like, oh well, let me just get this UNC. You know, there's gonna be somebody that's gonna haggle you for them and be like, oh, let me get them for a steal, bro. Like hook it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I feel like that's good. You know, that every person is an experience because it only helps you, you know, as a vendor to be able to know, you know, kind of like your audience and your market and stuff like that.
One advice I could give to anybody who's actually selling at these tables, these vendor tables at these events, bro, like you said, be personable, right? You have to be able to talk to people, make them feel like, hey, like they're welcome to shop. You know what I mean?
What's up? Chop it up.
Yeah,
like,
I stand in front of my table.
Yeah.
Now, I never sit behind it. I'm always in front. I'm greeting people. You have to read your audience at the end of
It's
your
kind of like
customers.
you're giving them that service, even though you don't have that storefront or nothing like that. You know, that vendor space gives you that ability.
That's your storefront.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
So I read my customer when they come up. They're either going to be quiet and they're going to look around. I just say, hey, what's going on? You know, let me know if you have any questions or any specific sizes. If you have any questions, whatever, just let me know. They're like, okay, cool. And then they go about doing whatever. If they pick up a shoe and decide to buy it, cool. Just reading it, you know what I'm saying? I realize it's all trial and error as well, you know what I'm saying? I seen people come up to my table and I was like, what size you looking for? That's the first thing I ask, right? That's the first thing I ask. What size you looking for? Then they tell me 8, and I'm like, I got an 8, this,
Yep.
and now they're overwhelmed.
Point him out.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you're like, okay, shit, he has options. You know what I'm saying? Right.
But I learned that doesn't work for everybody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Some people just want to, I mean, I'm sure people walked into your store, doesn't even greet you or nothing, and walk right out, right?
Yeah.
They just want to look.
Yeah.
And if something catches their eye, it catches their eye. But if sometimes people come up, shake my hand, hey, what's going on, bro? You got some heat over here, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I start to engage more, you know what I'm saying?
You
So
get that you engage
really
that
read your customer. Are they trying to talk? Are they trying to look for a shoe? Or are they really just trying to find something to catch their eye?
And you know what? That's actually a good, because I think one time when we had our Black Friday, I think it was before our Black Friday meeting, we had a meeting with the staff about just in general, like, you know what I mean? Well, we try to have a meeting with the staff all the time, but about like, you kind of read the customer, right? Read your audience overall, because there's customers in here that are like, you at least want to greet them. Like, let them know that they can try anything on, blah, 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 blah. But you can kind of read when a customer just kind of in there just
Doesn't
to
want to
look.
talk to you.
Yeah, just kind of wants to look, and it's just like, hey, you know, I'm just looking or whatever. I do want to touch this interesting topic, bro, kind of still on that whole buying and selling, but this is more about holding the sneaker. Right, so you get a shoe, right? Because I think it's a good topic.
yeah, it is a good
and I listened to this. I listened to when a Full Size Run was on. I like Gary Vee. I listen to a lot of like podcasters, influencers, really, you know.
Okay.
But what's your feedback on holding the shoe? Right, so you hit on a pair of.
Well, let's talk about right now. You know, Patents and Thunder 4s. Obviously, the most popular shoes that released. I've talked to a lot of people at sneaker shows. You know, they don't have them out, and I'm like, "Do you have any?" And they're like, "Yeah, actually, I have like 3 full-size runs, but I'm holding them right now." So, what is kind of like your take on holding sneakers and kind of?
Yeah, and I have like a big thing to say, but what's your what's your intake on that, bro? Like on holding, do you think that's smart? Just tell us your.
I think at the end of the day, every business is going to be different. You guys know more than anybody, sneakers cost a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you can get, I'm trying to get to the point right now where I can have shoes that I'm holding to invest. Honestly, one of them being the Lightning 4s. I have a gang of grade school sizes right now. I know those are cheaper ones. At the end of the day, I know they're going to go up. But if you don't have the capital to hold and be able to sell, you don't want to just hold on to these shoes and have nothing to sell. You know what I'm saying? You have to have shoes still going, and you still have to try to keep creating your customer base every single day, getting new people in, making sales at the end of the day. But if you can't do both, try to find a happy median. And if it's not time to hold, it's not time to hold. There's always going to be shoes that you can hold. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, that's my viewpoint, bro. You said it perfectly.
That's
I feel like
that's a good point of view.
If people can afford to hold their shoes, why not? Because obviously, Thunder 4s, Patents, they're hella low right now. But 4, 5, 6 months, they're gonna be up there. So I feel like you said it perfect, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. But that's if we were like individual, like just resellers.
Yeah.
But now having a store, we don't. Obviously we can't. We don't just buy a shoe. We're like, hey, bro, let's put it in the bag. And it's 40. We'll
put it in the vault.
We'll bring it out 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's a lot different.
Hey, Drew, don't wrap it. We're gonna put it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously we can't do that. But I feel like that's a very good answer. I feel like if for people that still be like what or like because I believe that I believe that if you don't have the money to buy and sell, like, then yeah, bro, sell it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna hold a shoe for 4 years? You're like, just to make extra $200? Like, that shit make no fucking sense, bro. Like, bro,
if anything, you could have sold that shoe, bought more shoes, and made that 200 in a span of 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I honestly, bro, like. I guess I never.
Nah, what's your rant on it, bro? Tell us.
No, but like that's me, right? Because before I was like, I would always be like, bro, like what's your intake on, like, you know, I was like, bro, why do you want to hold the shoe for so long? Like, because me, bro, I'm the type of person, like, if you look at my Instagram, I would cook back then, right? And I would, the moment I cook, I sell that the same day, same week if I can.
Get them in, get them gone.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, because like, what the hell am I going to wait for? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to wait for 2 years to make an extra $100. Like, nah, don't get me wrong, though. I have taken big L's in that as well. So I have learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Like,
When you traded 32 shoes for a person.
No. That is one, though. Fuck you. No, that is one though.
Hey, y'all search up Trusted Rico on YouTube. Hey, y'all see that video?
No, check this out. I had got a hold of 33 pairs of mochas. Grade school. This was the week of Gotcha Size LLC. It was the same week they came out. Next week, bro. I think I sold them for like 333 was paid on StockX, so I ended up negotiated for 350. Week after that, I was like 467. Jeez. Week after that, I was like, fuck. Mm-hmm. So I took, and we're talking about 33 pairs, grade school, not men's, grade school. Mm-hmm. I still have my men's.
A sizes.
We're talking about, I had 3.5s to like 14s or whatever. Or, but obviously it was only 3.5 to 7Y. Bro, and so I did take a loss in that part, but no, I really think that, like, you know, there is some people where like they don't understand, because people don't understand that, like, if you have the funds, the capital, like you said, to buy and sell and to hold shit, then obviously do it. But if you don't, I'm telling you, especially to a lot of these youngers that are trying to get into the game that don't understand the game, I'm like, bro, get rid of that shit. Like, yeah, bro, you have a fucking patent one, but what's like, bro, what's
you're
like,
just gonna hold
you're
it,
just gonna hold it and what?
Up, and it probably will go up. But
I was like, yeah, it probably will go up to a year, 6 months from now, and that's cool, bro. But bro,
I feel like that kind of limits you. You know,
Exactly.
you know, it limits you. You know, like kind of like what I told Chrispy. You know, when you're able to walk into the malls and get something for retail. You know, if you would have sold that for resale, you could have bought 3 shoes at retail, made that money back that you're waiting 2 years for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I hit on UNC Off-White ones. I think that did take. I think a lot of you those I did hold for like about a year, and then I hold them for about a year just because I had that mentality. I was barely. I mean, we're talking about Off-White UNCs came out what 2017, 18 maybe. So we're talking 4 or 5 years from now. Mm-hmm. And I had that, like, nah, I'm going to keep them. They're going to go up. But I actually thought because it was an Off-White and it was a one, I would thought that it would go, like, significant amount of up, bro. A year later, it was at the same price. I think, if anything, it was, like, lower, like $1,400. So but anyways, like, 8 months later, bro, I ended up just, like, bro, I'm going to get rid of this. Like, I have $1,100 here that I'm sitting on where I can just move and fucking buy more shit and try to get more money. You see what I'm saying? Because you're always gonna find that one customer, bro, that is like that you have that size and you have it for them and you make that extra money off of them or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, bro, it's just like, so that's kind of my intake, bro. That was honestly a very good question.
And it's not even sitting on just, you know, those $1,100, but it kind of goes back to what you said, you know, having those sneakers and you know, having those people hit you up, because I feel like, you know, I feel like a lot of people now resell. So I feel like a lot of people, you know, hop from page to page just to see what everybody has. And I mean, to even see if they like have the shoe that they want, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, so it's like if you're holding on that $1,100, but you know, you don't have the shoe that somebody's looking for, then what is the point?
You're missing
you know
sales.
What I'm saying? Yeah, you're missing sales.
You're missing customer.
Yeah, and that's, like you said, if we don't have that.
You're missing activity on that page too,
You don't have the luxury of having enough to hold and to be able to sell. I'd say if you really feel like you want to hold on to shoes, right, I'd say cut it down your inventory. You should have an inventory with your shoes on there, with your prices, how much total dollar amount you have of shoes. I think every business should have that. If not, then I don't, you know, how you keeping track.
Is your inventory to the T, bro, where you know what you paid and what you sell for?
Yeah. Every single, and I'm trying to tweak it right now to figure out what. Because I have a good idea, but I want to get it down to the dollar where what dollar amount do I need to sell this at to get at my percentage. that one to hit. You know
Do
what
you-
I'm saying?
That's good, bro. I like when you said that you went from monthly goals to weekly goals, bro. I feel like that's good because I feel like a lot of people should set goals for themselves, you know, for things they want to accomplish. You know, obviously you hear every year the new year, new me and stuff like that, but you know, they don't set goals for themselves. So that's why, you know, they let the goal go to next year and stuff like that. So I feel like, bro, setting those goals for yourself is very important, not only for yourself, but, you know, for your brand and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to establish and, you know, how you want to move forward.
Holds me accountable. You
That's,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
very true. Yeah, but honestly, bro, setting goals is very important. Like I actually just buy my agenda. I went to Walmart just now and I have bought my 2020. I try to buy agenda every year since 2020. Since my big sister's like, hey, you should buy one of these. You know, keeps your life organized.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, you're right, I should. So ever since 2020, I've been buying, for the last 2 years, I've been buying one. So I bought one 2021, and I just bought mine today. I forgot about it. To be honest, I kind of did forget about it. Well, it's because also, well, not to be honest, my 2021 goes until June of this month. So it's, you know, it was all 2021, and then it has like an extra 6 months on there. But I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just buy a new one that way. I don't get confused or whatever. And it's a lot smaller, more convenient. Put it in my pocket, whatever. Let go. But yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? So coming back to what you were saying is like, you know, writing notes on your phone. It's like, you don't have to reinvent that. Like, you know, okay, cool.
Like, oh, I thought about this earlier for a reason. All right, let me just go back to it.
And
that's even, you know, ideas with reels, ideas with how to make sales, what I should post tomorrow, what I should post later tonight. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that, and it all helps. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
I think, bro, honestly, so what are you thinking now? Like you're
Well, to be honest, bro, I mean, but I feel like before we ask them that question, let's get into the show that they threw, bro.
Facts. Let's get into that sneaker show, bro.
Because that was huge. I mean, to throw your own sneaker event, especially with all the competition that's out right now. You know, you got Sneaker Exit, you got Sneaker Con, you know, you got Your Size, you know, Sneaker Summit, stuff like that. All these sneaker shows, bro. So what really inspired you guys to team up and do that show, bro?
Yeah. So initially, I guess I wasn't able to make it to this one. I didn't know about it, but Chris had threw one because I think we ended up throwing it in September 2021.
It was the time we were in Chicago.
It was. To be honest, I remember the date. It was September 10th, right? September 10th or 11th.
Yeah, I believe it was 11th.
11th, yeah.
10th.
Yeah, it was either the 10th or the 11th because I know we were in Chicago for my birthday, and we had also went to SneakerCon too. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why we weren't able to go. But yeah, bro. What inspired you to you know make the show, to team up with Chrispy.Kicks?
So I guess he had already threw an event with Chrispy.Kicks Vintage Hoop Fest, you know, and
really he had threw one on his own.
Yeah, so his own. I think he said it was like the December before, so December 2019 is when he said he did it. And I'm like, bro, you might as well go to the moon with this, and that's why you see me. If you see on my hashtags, bro, I post to the moon for a lot of things, and what I mean by that is if you're gonna do something, you might as well do it as best you can and as creative as you can, and pretty much go all effort and everybody in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he said he had, I think, one court and the vendors around that court. I'm like, bro, we know a lot of people now. We've been going to a lot of shows, making a lot of connections. A lot of people have been giving us good feedback about, you know, if we were to have a show. And he said that he did well last time. So I'm like, let's open this up. Let's if you're willing to, because he brought me in. It's technically his event, and I was helping him out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I ended up running like the event court. I was like, let's make it four courts wide opposed from the one. Pretty much just letting him know, like,
make it as crazy as possible.
This is possible. Why isn't it? And that's why what I do a lot is ask myself, you know, why or why not? You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly, bro. I feel like that's kind of one of the mottos that I live by, bro. Is like, why not? Because yesterday I did run into one of the guys. It was his first time vending at a show. And his store is Hunt for Kicks, and he always every show. Remember Hunt for Kicks? Every show that we go to, bro, he always comes up to us. He's like, "What's up?" He's like, "You guys inspired me," and stuff like that. Remember at he was at Kicks Up Front. Remember he had came up to us at the end as we were leaving, and he was like, "Can I get a picture with y'all?" and stuff like that. It was yeah.
Oh,
So
cool guy.
bro. So yesterday, you know, I was chopping it up with him and stuff like that. And yeah, he was kind of telling me the same thing, where it's like, Damn, bro, I lost my train of thought.
Damn.
Oh, no.
Fuck. I'm gonna brainwash him.
Bro, to be honest, I lost my train of thought. What the hell? Damn, bro, I had something I had to say. Like, and it was, related to what you were talking about. But, no, I deadass forgot. But I guess y'all go ahead.
So your
When
show,
I remember, I'll tell you.
To be honest, bro, the first time I even told him, bro, he had told me like I think a month ago, and I had told Isaiah, I had told Drew, I was like, hey, bro, it's doing the show, we should go. I was like, yeah, we'll go. We were already there, but bro, then whenever we thought about going to Chicago, we to be honest, bro, we knew about the show first. We booked the tickets, and then coming to realize we had just like, oh, bro, homies,
it was already shown.
Yeah.
And I completely get it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who I feel like we missed out on bigger vendor names. A lot of people who were committed to saying they're going to come to our show, but SneakerCon comes up. And I don't blame you guys. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Right.
You go make your bet. I already know it's in Chicago. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right.
I was expecting to be a big turnout, and a lot of people went. And I don't knock y'all at the end of the day because
So,
I probably would have done the
bruh,
same thing. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Chicago Sneaker Con, bro, was like way different from any other sneaker show that we've been to, just because like it's Chicago, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like the
like the home of sneakers.
you-
Like
you-
Kanye from
yeah,
there.
you know
Jordan
how-
played in, he's not from Chicago,
Yeah.
but the Bulls and shit.
you know how they say like New York is like the mecca of basketball and stuff like that. I feel like Chicago is the mecca of sneakers
Like
and
sneakers.
fashion
Facts.
and stuff like that, bro.
Hell
So
yeah.
to be able to go down there, bro, I feel like it was like a way different experience, bro. I really fuck with it. I mean,
Like
and-
you saw motherfuckers were like wearing some shit. Like you would see like motherfuckers just like.
Bro, they had the
damn.
cool grades like freaking 6 months early, bro. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
on
saying?
on
And-
some crazy shit, bro. And I was just, we were just
bro.
like,
And we were
fuck,
grateful
like,
enough, to cop a couple pairs and stuff like that, bring them back to, bring it back down here to Dallas and have it at our store, 6 months early and stuff like that. But, bro, to be able to just go out down there and it was not just one person that had them, bro. It was like mostly everybody in that bitch. It's like, bro, we had the shoes and stuff like that. And it's like Chicago, special releases, that you've seen over there and stuff like that, bro. It was a very different environment from down here in Dallas.
I feel like it definitely fluctuates from city to city, how, I guess, far ahead or behind these cities are with the sneaker community.
With the
you know what I
sneakers,
mean?
yeah.
Like, Dallas is pretty set, where there's a lot of stores out here. People know what they're talking about.
Right.
when it comes to shoes and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
feel
that,
like
you know
Dallas
what I mean?
has built up that name as far as
Yeah.
like sneakers and shit like
Yeah.
that. I feel like Dallas is comes in
Yeah.
very strong as well.
Yeah.
Not that it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like
No,
the
but- but-
Wait,
shoes
was
are.
SneakerCon last year? It was 2 days, right? Or one?
It was two.
It was two.
Yeah,
2
it was
days?
It was 2 days. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think it
bro,
was 2
and I
days.
mean that just shows
Yeah, it was
how
2
much that just shows, because I mean every other city, bro, they get 1 day, and all the big cities, New York, LA,
think
Chicago,
only got 1 day.
They get 2 days, bro. But for Dallas to get 2 days, that's kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's
I
what
feel
I'm
like
saying.
that kind of
Yeah.
that kind of establishes Dallas as one of those top name cities that's like we know about sneakers. There's a lot of stores down here, so what's up?
Yeah, and I think, like I said, location of Dallas, there's so many cities surrounding cities that could drive 3 hours just to Dallas, opposed from like OKC going all the way to Houston. That's a 7-8 hour drive.
Yeah.
Opposed from a three or four to Dallas. So
How many vendors did you end up having that, like, capacity wise? Like, were you guys like 50% of that, or what you guys?
or as far as like the vendor
vendors
spaces.
that went to whatever,
So we ended up trying to get 70 plus vendor spots. I think we filled up pretty much all of them except for like one half court. So we just ended up opening windows because they were set up on the actual courts. I think we ended up with like 55 out of 70.
Damn, that's
Damn,
not bad.
that's good, bro. I mean,
That's actually not a bad.
that is-
Yeah.
And is this you guys' first show, or?
First show together, like I said,
Yeah, because he had already
done
did
the
one, right?
before.
He said he did.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just feel like, I don't know, it's going back to Costco a little bit, that working in like a business environment, because like I said, it was a business center. I've learned a lot of business-oriented things, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like it was rocket science for me to know how to set up the floor on where these vendors be set and what makes sense as far as, entries and things like that. I think at the end of the day, it's like just throwing an event. You don't necessarily need to know about sneakers like that to throw an event per se. But, you know what I'm saying? Having both, obviously, is, I think, my advantage when it comes to that as well.
So you personated were this vendor's gonna be here, this vendor's gonna be here, and stuff like that.
So how we try to differentiate ourselves, we did opposed from first come first serve, because there's been times I go to an event and I'm like, damn, I'm here, 30 minutes after the doors open and I'm getting a crappy table or whatever the case
Bro,
is.
that
you know
is
what I'm
kind of
saying?
like one of the. I mean, cause it's been 2 shows that we got a table at, 2 or 3.
Two.
Right?
Two? Dallas
Yeah.
Sneaker Convention.
We always go to every show, but you know the past 2 shows that we went to, we actually got a table, and it was the same thing. You know, like first come first serve. So we were like, oh damn, we probably have to get there early, you know, to get a good table.
Yeah. I'd
But
rather the people just know exactly what they're paying for, exactly what spot. You know what I'm saying? So when they get there, hey, go over, take them to AA5 or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Take them there. They're set up, and their tables are there with the name on it already, and they're all set. Make it as easy as possible for the vendors to set up, because at the end of the day, it is stressful going into there, and especially not knowing or not doing it so many times. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've done it at damn near every Dallas show, so I get used to. I understand how to be more productive while doing it and things like that. But it definitely gets stressful. People coming in and out, your shoes are falling off your car. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make it as easy as possible for the vendors. And,
Did you go to the
Damn,
Dallas Sneaker Convention? Were you at Dallas Sneaker Convention show?
Yeah, I was
you
mine.
were.
I was
You,
mine.
were you didn't go to sell?
No.
so you didn't have a vendor table?
No, I didn't. Yeah.
What do you think about that show?
Yeah,
bro?
because I don't think I seen you there.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
had that table in the corner, right?
We did.
The buying table in the corner.
Oh yeah, well he
Yeah.
came up to us at the end.
I just remember that's the day I told you let's do the podcast.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
day I told you
Yep.
let's do the podcast.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
forgot.
So-
Yeah, so on it, to be honest, bro, that show was. I thought it was very good.
I thought it was.
I thought it was
I
a
thought
very.
it was a
I
good
thought it
show
was a
too,
very
yeah.
good show. I thought the location overall crazy. Like
Yeah.
I never knew that you could even.
Yeah.
Rent that shit out. I thought that shit the only time. To be honest, I didn't even know that's where the state fair was, because last year was my first year going, because these guys put me on. And then for my boy Frank, he's the guy who runs the show.
Yeah.
For him to just come to Dallas, he's not even from. I don't know if you know,
Oh,
but he's
wow.
not even from Dallas.
Yeah, because I've seen the page. Where's it originally from?
I see Atlanta, right? Because he does that liquor stuff for Atlanta, and then we're talking about
Really, it's from Atlanta?
right.
Yeah, I knew
Oh no,
it.
Florida.
Yeah, I thought Miami.
Tampa,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Tampa.
Because he has Tampa, Florida, Miami,
Yeah.
Florida, and Orlando, Florida. Yeah, because he does 3 of those, and then he does do Atlanta, and then he does
Atlanta.
Dallas, and I think he
Does
does
he do
one
Chicago
more.
too?
I don't know if he does. I don't think he does Chicago, but I know he does.
Yeah, it was
Atlanta.
another city.
Yeah, well, it was one more
But yeah,
city.
he's not from down here.
I forgot.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
from Florida. He's from Florida.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir. But hey, man, shit, bro. Honestly, bro.
But I remember that question that you asked him, bro. And it's kind of stuck to my head a little bit, where you were like, do you feel any hate, coming to a new city and stuff like that, bro?
Yeah.
So it's like, do you, like, whenever you go to, like, different cities and stuff like that, do you ever feel like any vendors that are, from that city, do you think they ever look at you different, or do you ever, like...
No, I don't think I've ever felt that way at all. No, not really. I mean, I don't see why I would have to affect their business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like, okay, if I'm throwing better steals than you, do better. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's no reason.
Hey, hit for retail.
I don't know. I don't see other vendors as competition. I see them as, honestly, like allies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they're like Chris, for example. I don't think I've
We got the same goal type shit.
exactly. We have the same goals. Why not help each other to get there?
Exactly,
Opposed from
yeah.
bro.
competing
Share
against
the
each other.
knowledge and
Hey,
stuff like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share a quick story. I was at Gotcha Size show one time. Damn, I feel like the 2 stories that I said were. I was at Gotcha Size. I had a UNC size 10. Homie was trying to buy it off me. I had it at price at $500. Homie next to me had it priced at $450, but he had took the thing off, and then he was like, "Yeah, bro." Whenever the guy was like, "How much size 10?" He had told him $500, and then he told me after he left, he was like, "Yeah, bro. To be honest, I had mine at $450, but I wasn't gonna just like let homie just come buy it off me. I was trying to make sure you made your bread because he came to you first."
Damn.
I was like, "Damn, bro." I was like, "That's what's up, bro."
Yeah.
I was like, and he
That's
has
love
a
right
store.
there, bro.
He has a store in. To be honest, bro, I don't know his store name, but he has a store in Austin or San Antonio, Texas.
They ended up buying it.
They ended up buying my pair.
Yeah, okay.
Not his. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was like, I wanted to make sure you made
That's
your
what's
bread
up.
too. And I
Shit,
was
I
like,
don't
bro,
know
that's
about it
fucking
now,
dope. I had a
but
size 10.
Hey, Chris be like, nah, bro, $50. Hey, what you doing? Hey, bro, I'll even let you try them on, bro. Come on, what's good?
No, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's true. I mean, but I guess you can also to like kind of like, answer a little bit of that as well. I feel like vending and like throwing a sneaker show like to a different city, like it's a different hate. And we can sit here and talk about like some shows that I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna just talk about it, like because I feel like I like Whitney. I think Whitney Got Your Sizes. It's
She
a good
throws
show.
dope events.
She throws dope
Very dope
events.
events.
And whenever she went to Oklahoma, bro, she had like the biggest hate. She has so much hate, bro.
real?
Yeah, I mean, you know, do you know the story?
Oh, I remember
Right.
the story, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know the
Yeah,
story,
yeah,
and
yeah.
we don't got to mention names or whatever. Sadly, my homegirl got so much hate, bro, and it is what it is. And same thing in Chicago, bro. I remember one time it was just a different guy that came to Chicago through it. It was a kid, bro, and I wasn't mad at him, bro, because he threw show like a month before, and then the next it was another show called Feet on Heat or Sneaker on whatever it was called, and then he had to throw another show. But I remember I had talked to him personally. He was like, yeah, bro, was a kid, you know what he was doing. I understood what he was saying, but I tried to like, bro, I mean, well, he's, you know what I mean, he's just trying to make some bread, bro, whatever, like, you know what I mean, bro, like, so whatever, right? But yeah, man, you know, so I guess to kind of answer that, bro, I feel like it can play it's kind of different, a little bit different, right? Because you're throwing an actual sneaker show, like, right, to try to make some bread towards like you have just a table, like people are just vending here, you know what I'm saying? So, but what's up, bro? I mean, you know, we're coming up, bro, to the last 10 minutes, bro. What's next for Chrispy.Kicks, bro? Let's talk about, like, you know, what you getting into. What's the 2022 coming, you know, looking at what you got in the future, bro? What's going on?
Yeah, so with Chrispy.Kicks, man, I'm trying, like I said, trying to take this to the moon, bro.
Facts.
I think clothing was just another way to get more customers in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my next goal. Talking about events, I do want to throw another event myself. I think that's the main reason why I, you know, want to leave my job as well, is because I like to do things my way. And I'm saying anybody's way is wrong or anything like that, but
it's really more about having that time and stuff like that too.
And being able to hold myself accountable without blaming anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So clothing, I want to go crazy with that. I want to throw an event in Dallas, and I'm working on throwing an event in San Diego.
Damn.
Hey, man, we gonna go to San Diego for sure.
Yeah, bro. To be honest,
that boy Drew.
To be honest, if you throw your own show, bro, in San Diego, we there,
we
bro.
gotta put,
we gotta be
put
there.
that
We gotta pop out. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
for
to
sure,
support
for
my
sure.
boy Chrispy, you know, he's going
Especially
back
in
to the
San Diego.
hometown.
Yeah.
Y'all been before?
Yeah.
To be honest, we went to LA, but we didn't go to San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego.
I've never been to San Diego.
Yeah, I've been up to LA as well to you know, hit up the shops and stuff there, but as far as I've seen in San Diego, the culture isn't necessarily 100% there yet, but it's definitely built a lot since I've left. I'm actually going to the show next weekend there in Kobe Swap Meet. So they're
in Chicago? I mean, in LA?
San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah. So they're doing a vintage swap meet right now, just like, you know, how Jason does the DFW swap meet. So, you know, it's vintage
Next
mainly.
week, right?
Yeah. So I'm leaving on Thursday. Yeah, this weekend. So, I guess it's mainly vintage, and they have shoes as well. But I know they're throwing their main show in March. So I'm gonna go check that out. I'll probably go cash out there if anything. But
I'm just gonna ask, what's the most you spent at a show?
The most I spent was SneakerCon. We had a plan. Me and Chris, we split a table. I told him, hey, I'll sell the first day. You sell the second day. So that's cut our cost from the $350 to, you know what I'm saying, $175 each.
Dang, that's a smart idea.
Yeah. I sold as much as I can that first day. I was throwing stuff for break even. You know what I'm saying? I've been holding that shoe for a while anyway.
Facts.
And I saved up, and I ended up cashing out the second day, probably like around 20 racks or so.
Sheesh. She doing it big.
Yeah, trying
20,000.
That's what's up, bro.
One day.
Yeah,
just
just
7 hours.
7
give or
hours.
take. Because how long is the SneakerCon? It's 12 to 8.
To be honest, bro, I
Max
forgot.
8 hours.
Like, let's just say 8 hours.
Yeah, some of these events be
You
long,
blew
bro.
20,000.
I think, bro. This
yeah.
last SneakerCon that I went to, bro, I had took about 10 to 12 pairs of sneakers. I sold them all before I even got inside, bro.
Yeah,
and I was inside for about like 30 minutes to an hour, and then I left. Remember, I seen you. I was like,
I think I remember
Yeah.
telling. I think I remember telling you, like, I was like, damn, motherfucker, it took you longer to wait in the line than fucking come within the time you were here. I think I told him that.
And then you were like, you already leaving? I was like, yeah, bro. To be honest, I'm gone. I was like, I'm out of here,
Sometimes
bro.
it be like that, you know.
Nah, because I mean, because that was before we had the store. That was before I even had, you know, the idea for the store. So for me, it was just, you know, go make my money and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why spend so much? But that's one thing that I didn't realize, is that all that money that I got from those shoes, I could have used it to buy more shoes and keep flipping them there. You know what I'm saying? And I could have got pretty far, you know, just being there all day and just, you know, using that money and just keep flipping sneakers and keep flipping them and stuff like that. But I guess, you know, like my boy Tu just said, we still wet behind the ears. So I was there for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then I left.
Yeah, he said, way behind the ears. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, man, well, bro, first things first, bro. I mean, last but not least, bro, I want to say thank you for making the time to come on here, bro.
Yeah,
I wish you good luck, bro. You know, to all your ventures that are coming in 2022, bro. I think what you're doing is, you know, badass, bro. I think, you know, the fact that you're already starting your branding, which I've always said it. I feel like branding. Even just today, I was telling Isaiah, what we dropping next. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's, you know, that you're trying to build your brand, and overall, it helps with sales too. Like, you know, I mean, it brings money in, whatever. But like, you know, to try to brand yourself and, you know, let them know who Chrispy.Kicks is, as we're trying to let people know who Global is.
Yeah.
I think that's dope, man. I mean, just keep out the good energy, bro. You're 28, bro. Shit, you're still like, bro. I
You
think
in your
that's-
prime.
Yeah,
Your 20s, man.
I think that's fucking dope, man. So, bro, first things foremost, bro, I appreciate you coming through, man,
course,
making
bro.
the
Thank
time,
you,
brother. Shit, as far as me, bro, that's all I gotta say. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
bro,
hand it
like
over
Vic
to Drew.
said, bro, thank you for coming out, man. It was a great podcast, man. I know, bro, for this year, bro, you're gonna go take to the moon, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it,
facts,
bro.
bro.
Appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir.
To be honest, I mean, bro, you know, from seeing you at my first, you know, sneaker show before I even opened the store, bro, you know, from where you are now and, you know, where I am now and stuff like that, bro, I see that you've grown a lot, bro, and you know what I'm saying? I see that you know, you're only growing your brand, you're establishing your brand, not only here in Dallas, but in different cities that you go to, bro. So I just want to tell you, bro, just stay on your grind. I know you're going to make it big one day, bro, so just don't forget about Isaiah's.
Knock it off. Appreciate y'all, man. For
Or
real.
Global.
Or Global, yeah. don't
Hey,
forget
man,
about
anything
Global.
you want to say, bro, before we get off air, bro?
Yeah, bro, you want to plug all your social medias
bro.
and stuff like
Social
that,
media,
bro?
sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Instagram, Chrispy.Kicks, CHRISPY.KICKS. So
Make sure y'all hit up my boy Chrispy.Kicks,
Yes, sir.
man. He got all the shoes, he got all the deals, he got all the steals, man.
trying to bless some knowledge on there.
Shout out
like
to
I
the one
said,
and
you know.
only, man.
Chrispy.Kicks. Is that all the medias you have just right now? Or you're not on TikTok or
I'm
any
on
of that?
TikTok. I don't really post like that. I post every now and then on there.
Gotta start,
But yeah.
bro. You
Do you have
I
a
know it's just.
Do you have a date for when the clothing is coming out or not yet?
So I just finalized on all the actual design. So I need to just put in my order, and I'm hoping beginning of March. You know?
Hey, man, make sure y'all stay tuned for March. My boy dropping his clothing collection. Make sure y'all make sure y'all cop, you know, a couple pieces. If not, you know, one for me. You guys can give it to me as a gift and stuff like that.
I'm a size XL. I'm a size XL.
Yeah, I'm a size, you know, large,
Yeah.
XL, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, if
man.
y'all want to buy me anything from Chrispy.Kicks, you know, collection, make sure y'all give me an XL, though.
Yes, sir. Without further ado, man, this Vic checking out, bro.
This is your boy Drew from Global Sneakers checking out, man.
Isaiah's out, man. Global Sneakers out, man.
get it
Chrispy.Kicks, y'all know what it is. Thank you guys for having me.
I appreciate you,
Yes,
man.
sir,
Let's give it a
man.
one time. Let
Yes,
go.
get it.
Sir.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Vic coming at you from Global Sneakers. You listening to Global Talk. Catch us every Monday from 5 to 6. We'll be talking about sneakers, industry, trying to get some special guests in here. Let's get it, y'all. Like my man Vic said, we're going live 5 to 6 every Monday. Make sure y'all tune in. We are having all the guests, and we are doing giveaways through the podcast too, man.
It's your boy Drew 2IC. You know, you're listening to our podcast where we talk about knowledge, the sneaker culture, talk about the game, you know how it goes. Global Talk every Monday from 5 to 6. Y'all tune in.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.